Hi, lovely people, welcome back to the channel. And if you're planning your next trip to Hong Kong, then this is the only video you will ever need to watch. Because in this video, I'll be covering every single thing that you need to know, starting with visa, flight, hotels, attractions, itineraries, and things to do in Hong Kong. If you watch this video till the end, I guarantee that you will be able to plan your entire Hong Kong trip by yourself without the help of an agent, and you will have answers to most of your questions that you were looking for. So, without wasting any further time, let's get started. Okay, before we get into planning details, I really want to start by answering the most basic question that people have. Is Hong Kong worth visiting in 2026? And my answer is yes. Hong Kong is one of the most family-friendly destinations that you can visit from India. It is safe, clean, well organized, and very easy to get around using public transportation. All the public places were extremely accessible, and honestly, we were so surprised to see elevators even for crossing the roads. So I think totally worth visiting with small kids and family. From theme parks like Disneyland and Ocean Park to cable car rides and Neon Pink Buddha to promenade waterfronts or gardens, there is so much for everybody and for every age group. Overall, I think it is a very comfortable first international destination, I would say. Now let me tell you about the best time to visit Hong Kong. In theory, Hong Kong is a year-round destination, so you can visit any time that suits you. But October to March are cooler and festive months, which are perfect for travel. But it is also the peak tourist season, especially around Christmas and New Year. So expect higher prices for flights and hotels, and some activities like Disneyland, which are days dependent. April to June are warm and pleasant with occasional showers, but it can get really humid during the daytime. July to August is hot and humid, and actually the typhoon season in Hong Kong, so it is not recommended to visit Hong Kong during this period. We went in the first week of December and the weather was absolutely perfect. It was sunny and cool during the daytime, and some light jackets for the evening hours. So it was great for outdoor activities and walking around the city. Okay, so before we dive into visa and logistic, let me quickly set an expectation on what kind of experience Hong Kong has to offer. Because Hong Kong is more diverse than what most people think. It is not just about skyscrapers and shopping, it is beyond it. You have got a great mix of theme parks like Disneyland and Ocean Park, and a lot more on the list. Then you got some cultural attractions like temples and monasteries. You've got some pleasant walking trails in Hong Kong, and even beaches if you have more time. And the great part is that many of these places are completely free to enter, especially the temples, the monasteries, and the gardens in Hong Kong. So, depending upon the number of days you have in hand and your travel style, and whether if you're traveling with family, you can easily mix some of the paid attractions with the free attractions to make the most out of your Hong Kong trip. I will be covering the must visit places and top experiences in Hong Kong in a different detailed video, but I hope this gives you a broader picture of what to expect out of Hong Kong. So I think you have understood that there's so much to do in Hong Kong. So you must be wondering now, how many days should I actually plan for Hong Kong? I would say 5 to 6 days are ideal for the first time visitors. It gives you enough time to explore the city without rushing and covering the main attractions that the city has to offer. If you are short on time, you can cover Hong Kong in 4 days, but if you also want to add Macau, I would say at least 7 days are required. Okay, now let's get to the most important part of any trip, the visa. So if you're an Indian passport holder, you don't need a visa to enter Hong Kong. All you need is a pre-arrival registration form, which is called as PAR. It is free, online, and usually gets approved instantly. The application is extremely simple, with your passport information like passport number, date of issue, and place of issue, along with your travel related information like your date of travel and state location. One important thing is that when you fill your PAR, you have to ensure that you don't make any mistake while filling the PAR. It has to be exactly how things are in your passport. Even though PAR is approved instantly and is free, my personal advice would be to apply for your PAR for your tentative dates of travel before making your final bookings, to make sure that you are eligible for PAR, because there are many cases where PAR is unsuccessful and you then have to apply for the Hong Kong visa, which can take anywhere between 4 to 6 weeks depending upon your application to get approved. I have made separate detailed video around how to fill PAR form in detail and all the FAQs, along with what to do if your PAR is unsuccessful. Make sure to check them out before you fill your application. Now let us talk about the flight, because that is the biggest start point for your trip. And Hong Kong and India are very well connected. You can get direct flights from metro cities like Delhi, Mumbai, and the flight duration is just 4.5 hours, perfect for your first international trip. If you're booking early, you can find the fare as low as around 20 to 25,000 rupees for a return flight. But during the festive season and the last minute, the prices can shoot up. We flew directly from New Delhi to Hong Kong on an Air India flight in the first week of December, and our cost was around 29,000 rupees per person for a return flight. Now let us talk about currency. So in Hong Kong, we use Hong Kong dollar, and at the time of recording this video, one Hong Kong dollar is approximately 11.50 INR. So how we do is, we don't carry any specific currency to the country, but we figure out our tentative budget for the trip and convert the equivalent INR into USD onto our Thomas Cook card, which we always use. So once we land in the destination country, we look for an ATM and withdraw the money. And how much money we withdraw depend upon the kind of economy it is. So in case of Hong Kong, it is highly digitalized economy, which means cards can work at most of the places. So we withdrew just the 30% of our total amount that we had in the card. Okay, SIM card and connectivity. Staying connected is super easy. You can find SIM card right at the airport on the arrivals, or pre-book your eSIM through Klook or any other vendors. The data packs are affordable, and honestly, the internet speed is fantastic throughout the city. Since we had booked the airport transfer for us, we did not needed the SIM right at the airport, so we let it slide, and we got our SIM from the city, which was half the rate of what you get at the airport or through Klook. So I would say that if you don't need the SIM card right at the airport, definitely buy it from 7-Eleven stores or any store in the city. And one more important thing here is that the SIM that you take in Hong Kong generally doesn't work in Macau. So if you want something that works both in Hong Kong and Macau, make sure you ask your vendor about, because there are different SIMs which work in both the regions. While we're talking about staying connected, there are certain apps that I also want to highlight that made our trip very smooth, and you should download them before you start your trip in Hong Kong. Number one definitely is Google Maps, because it helps you with direction. The number two is the Hong Kong MTR app, which is great for figuring out your public transportation throughout the city. The other apps are your experience dependent, like the Disneyland and Ocean Park. And the last one is Google Translator if you get stuck anywhere with the language. But generally, most people speak English in Hong Kong, so you'll never need to use it. Okay, now one of the most important thing, that is the local transportation and the Octopus card if you are planning to explore Hong Kong by yourself. If you are landing in Hong Kong, you can take the Airport Express to reach the Kowloon city in just 20 minutes. It is one of the fastest way to reach from airport to the city, or you can take bus if you are on budget. You can also take taxi if you wish to, but they are the most expensive way to get around in the city. There are proper signboards on the airport for you to reach your preferred mode of transport, so there should not be any problem. One thing I absolutely loved about Hong Kong is how convenient the public transportation is. Almost all the major tourist destinations that you would want to visit in Hong Kong are well connected by the MTR. There are proper signboards and all of them are in English, and it is so easy to follow along. Octopus card is your best friend here. You can use it on trains, buses, ferries, and even at some of the convenience stores. So you can buy the Octopus card on any metro station in Hong Kong at the customer service desk. We used it throughout our trip and returned it right before our flight. It was a very simple process. They just deducted a small 11 Hong Kong dollar fee and refunded the balance amount to us. Now let's talk about where to stay in Hong Kong. I personally recommend staying in Tsim Sha Tsui area because it is central, well connected, and very close to the Victoria Harbour. So this is also one of the most lively area in Hong Kong as per what I have seen. We stayed in Regal Kowloon Hotel, which was very comfortable and right in the heart of CST. The metro station was just 200-meter walk from the hotel. If not in TST, the other areas I would recommend are Central, which is great for nightlife, but it is on the expensive side. Causeway is the shopping paradise, and Mong Kok is a budget-friendly locality with more of a local vibe to offer. If you want a complete detailed breakdown of where you should stay and what are the best areas and hotels, please check out the complete dedicated video which I have linked below. As vegetarians and traveling with family, honestly, we were quite nervous before the trip, but I think we managed well. For Indian food, the Chunkin mentioned in Chimchashui is a place to go. A lot of affordable and Indian restaurants in this place, in this building. There are other places as well, and as for us, we were there for 7 days. We did not find any problem figuring out the vegetarian Indian food in Hong Kong. Oh, for non-vegetarian, I think Hong Kong is paradise with a lot to offer for dim sums, seafoods, and dessert. You will never run out of options, and they are pretty cheap as well. Hong Kong is a shopping heaven. I believe you must know about it already. We went to the Citygate outlet, which is perfect for the discounted branded shopping. There are also local markets like Ladies Night Market, which is great for souvenir shopping and some local items. Because there is so much to explore in Hong Kong from the shopping perspective, make sure you have a couple of evenings free to explore these markets. And I really think that you will enjoy those evenings as well. And the budget. I know this is one of the first thing that you will want to plan out. For a 7-day trip in Hong Kong, we spent around 1 lakh rupee per person. That covered flight, hotels, attractions, transportation, and food. Now, this was, of course, a mid budget travel. And if you're backpacking with hostels and street food, you can expect it to be even cheaper. And if you're going all out and luxury, Hong Kong has some of the best 5-star hotels and the Michelin dining in the world. I will soon be posting a detailed, dedicated budget breakdown video where I will go into details on each categories and also help you understand where you can save money for your trip to Hong Kong. So stay tuned for that. If you want to save some time on your Hong Kong travel planning, I have created this Notion travel template which comes pre-filled with all the essential information you would want to have at your disposal, including the visa information, the weather conditions, the best areas to stay, and how to get around the city. So consider checking that out in the description box. And that's your complete guide to Hong Kong travel, everything that you need to know to plan your own trip to Hong Kong. And I hope you found this helpful. If so, give it a like, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel. It really helps me bring out more content every week. And see you next week in another video.